Good morning. This is Dr. Shaik Maheboob. I'm an associate professor in a CSC department. So I am giving Unit 1 presentation for web technologies. So today we are going to start with the Unit 1 PHP. So first we'll see the introduction. What is the meaning of PHP? Then we'll see about its characteristics, features, then advantages, then how to declare a variable in PHP, and remaining concepts of PHP. So let us start with the introduction part. So as PHP is created by Rasmus Ladov in the year 1994. So PHP stands for Hypertext Preprocessor. So why it is called as Hypertext Processor? Because we are going to link into the web pages, and we are going to write the PHP code, and we are going to run on the some type of the server. So that's why it is called as hypertext preprocessor. So hypertext basically used for hypertext markup language. So we are having the coding in the hypertext markup language. Then preprocessor means as it is the server side processor, we are going to run the programs. So that's why it is called as a hypertext processor. So it is an open source scripting language. So it is most widely used all over the world. So for access any content, for example, if I create any forms, any registration form and any type of the HTML forms, then we can able to access the data with the help of this PHP. So we'll see in the next sessions about that part. So now we'll see what is the difference between why it is called as the scripting language, and what is the difference between the scripting and the programming. So basically all scripting languages are programming language, but PHP we are going to write in the scripts, in the form of the scripts. So the theoretical difference between these two, that scripting language do not require the compilation, whereas the other programming languages like C or Java, we are going to have the compilation, means compilation language, whereas this PHP is an interpreted language. So we can say basically PHP comes under the scripting language. Now we'll see what are the advantages of the PHP. So it is an open source. So it is an open source means we can freely download, and it is available. There is no need to pay for downloading the any type of the softwares. So that's why it is an open source, widely used all over the world. It is free to download. Already I said, for any type of the operating system we can download it. It is executed on the server. So we'll see about that, what type of the server is there. So we are going to have one local server is there, so we can execute on that server. To execute PHP, there is no need of a separate compiler like for C programming language or C++. We need the turbo C++ like that. So here we no need of any compiler. PHP make use of the dynamic typing. That means there is no need to declare the variable. So previous programming languages, we need to declare the variables. So here means with the data type we need to declare the variable, but here no need to declare the data types. Here directly we can initialize, we can use the variables in the PHP. So that are the some of the advantages of a PHP. Now we'll see the features of the PHP. So main feature is that it is an open source scripting language. We can freely download from anywhere and we can use it. So some of the important features are like this, like it is very simple and it is very easy to understand. Then it is interpreted, as I said, no need of the complete program compilation. So here we are going to run the program in the interpreted order. Then flexibility is there. So it is most flexibility to write and to execute the programs, and it is an open source. It is easily available and platform independent. It means what, we can run on any type of the operating system. We can write the program in any type, and we can use it or run it on any type of the operating system. It is more faster when compared to the other type of the programming or scripting. We can say it is faster because we are having the local server. We can run it faster. Then simplicity, it means we are going to create one program, and normal with the help of the notepad we can write the program, and we can run on the server easily, efficiently. So it is giving the good performance. So we can say it is having the good efficiency. So these are the some of the important features of a PHP. Now we'll see the uses. So where we can use this PHP, as I said already, suppose if any content is created on the web pages or any data is filled on the web pages with the help of HTML programming, then we can able to access it with the help of this PHP. So where we can use it, we'll see some of the uses of the PHP. That is, it can encrypt the data. So it means what? Whatever the data we have encoded in the programming, like in the HTML program, we can encrypt that data. Means we are going to see the result on the some browsers. So restrict user on the sites. So you, with the help of this PHP, we can give the access only to the authorized persons or authorized users, whereas it is going to restrict the other users. For example, we can say administrator account is restricted from the other users. Only administrator can able to use and use the data or use the particular system or use the particular site. So one of the important feature is that it is restricting the users on the site. Then it can handle the forms, as I said. It is going to use for handling the forms. Suppose any registration form is created in the HTML, then that form, after filling of the data, it should be saved, right? So once it is saved, it can be recorded or it can be accessed with the help of the PHP. Whatever the data filled in the forms which is created on your web pages, it can be handled with the help of the PHP. Then it is going to access. So other usage, like it is to use to access the cookies, like how many users are there in the browser, how many number of visitors are there, how many are there in online, how much duration it spends, how many times user login, etc. All the things are done with the help of this PHP. So to access the cookies, then to interact with the web server. So it means what? Simply we are going to write a program, then we need to, some type of the local server, like exam server is there. So with the help of that, we are going to interact with your web servers. So that is there. Then to interact with your database, so here we are going to use some MySQL concepts. We'll see in the remaining sessions about how it is going to interact with your database, like MySQL, MongoDB, or nowadays we are using the other database languages, NoSQL, etc. like that. So we'll see that part. Then it is also used for the connecting web pages with your database, like JDBC concept is there. How we are going to connect the JDBC? Same way here also we can connect the web pages in PHP with the databases. So whatever the tables we have created, whatever the information is stored, everything can be accessed with the help of the PHP. Then it is going to create the login pages. So for any type of the new users, we can create the login pages, right? With by allocating the particular username and password, we can create the login pages for the users. Then as I said, count visitors on the website. Hence, suppose our website is there, any website is there, we can count the total number of the visitors or total number of the users, how much time they have spent on that particular website. Everything will be count on that particular site. Then it is also used for sending and receiving the mails. So that is the two-way communication, we can say. Suppose a user sends the mail and receives the mail, so it can be done with the help of the PHP also. Then it is also used for creating the dynamic website. So dynamic means anytime any changes can be take place. You can say if any website is there under construction, or we need to change it, then that can be done with the help of the PHP. So it is also used for creating the dynamic website. Then it is also used for finding the today's date, what is the exact date. Suppose if in the system, if it is not there, if you want to access, so with the help of the PHP we can able to find it with the some commands. So that are the some of the important uses of the PHP. Now we'll see the how to install the PHP server. So to install, we will suggest you to install the AMP, that is the Apache MySQL and PHP. So mostly it is used. So nowadays we are having some of the AMP options that are available in the market depending on the operating system. So for the Windows machine we are having the WAMP, and for the Linux operating system we are having the LAMP. Then for Mac, like for Apple OS, you can say iOS, for that we are having the MAMP. Then for Solaris we are having the SAMP. Then for free BSD FAMP. So in addition to this one, nowadays we are going to use a XAMPP server, which is most widely used nowadays. Instead of installing all these, we are going to have the XAMPP server. So it is the cross platform Apache, MySQL, PHP, Perl. So XAMPP stands for the cross platform Apache, MySQL, PHP, Perl. For cross platform, it includes some of the components like FileZilla, OpenSSL means security level, then WebAlyzer, OpenSSL, Mercury Mail, etc. So nowadays we are having the XAMPP server, which is free to download, or we can say for any type of the operating system we can download the XAMPP server, and we can execute our PHP programs. So most widely we are going to use the XAMPP server. Nowadays XAMPP is very you can say it is easily available, and we can download, and anyone, any students or any faculties can able to use it by starting that local server. So that is all about how to install the PHP server. Now we'll see about the syntax of the PHP. So in this basic syntax of the PHP, so as I said, we can write the PHP program on any type of the text editor like Notepad. We can type the program, we can save it, and we can run it on the browser. So how we are going to get that browser? With the help of the XAMPP server, we can write it and we can save it with the .php extension, and we can get the output. So we'll see about how it is going to execute in the server. So normally then as plain HTML text is sent back to the browser. It means whatever the code we are writing, it will be displayed with the help of the browsers. So we'll see that part also. Now we'll see how we are going to write, what is the syntax in the PHP. So PHP starts with the, every PHP program starts with the less than and question mark, and ends with the question mark and this symbol greater than. Now every PHP statement ends with the semicolon. As I can say, in any programming we are going to end with the statements with the semicolon. Same way here also we are having the semicolon at the end of each statement. Then after writing the program, we can save it with the help of the .php extension. So after saving, we can run it directly through the XAMPP server. So to run that program, we need to start the XAMPP server. Then in that server, we can open that particular folder and we can run the program. So it is going to display the output on the browser. You can take any browser, Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, or any default browser, we can use it. So on that, it is going to display the output or the result. Now, as I said, PHP contains some of the HTML tags. So what I can say, this PHP program, whatever the program we are going to write, it can be embedded inside the HTML. So inside the HTML only, suppose HTML program contains some head, title, then inside that one we can write the our PHP program. So this part can be done in the your HTML programs. So and we can place anywhere in your document. That is the that is all about the syntax about the PHP. So if you see this, here it is starting with that symbol we are going to write and ending with this symbol. So we are going to save it with the .php extension, whatever the file name is there. With that file name .php, we can save it and we can run it. So it contains some HTML and PHP code. So normally what we can do, we are going to write the PHP programs, but if you want some of the display like heading, like take some example about the finding the prime number for in the PHP. So we can write the code for the prime number between prime number in PHP, and if you want some of the statements or headings or titles, we can add it and we can write it with the PHP programs. So that is the syntax of the PHP. Now we'll see some of the examples. So as I said, we can encode the PHP program inside the HTML. So if you see this example, you can see we are going to encode this part inside the HTML. So this part doc type HTML, it is the HTML document type. So HTML program starts with the HTML, then it contains some body. We are having the headings. So we are having in HTML some 6 types of headings. So this H1 refers to one of the heading. So this part is optional, we can say, in the PHP program. Even though if we don't write this part, we are going to get the output only with this code. So this if you are using some heading, title, then or the body, then we can use it or write it that PHP program. So in our example here, simply I am displaying one of the output, that is the basic program, you can say. Simply I am going to display the hello world. So for displaying hello world, I am writing the code. So simply, if you don't want to write the complete program in the HTML, just if you run this program, then we are going to see only the hello world. Means in our output, if you observe the output, so here if this line we want, like this is my first PHP code. So if you are not writing this code before the PHP, then in the output we are going to say only the hello world. So we can say that a PHP program can be embedded inside the HTML programs. So that is the syntax and example about the PHP. Now we'll see the remaining concept of the PHP, that is what are the various rules for declaring. So we'll see what is the variables in the PHP. So how we are going to use, how we are going to initialize the variables in the PHP. So variable, what is a variable? We can say it is an identifier which holds the data or another one variable and whose value can be changed at the time of the execution. So that's why the name it is given as the variable. So at the time of running of the program, of once we compile the program, then the variable value, the value of that variable can be changed. So PHP, we are going to write a variable with a dollar sign. So we are going to use for declaring variable or initializing variable with the dollar symbol. So followed by the name of the variable, like $a is equal to 5, means 5 is assigned to a, we can write. So some of the examples of variables in PHP we'll see. So in the declaration of the variables, we are not mention the data type. So it means what? Directly we can write the variable name and the value directly. There is no need to define any type of the data types like int a, float, character before the variable name. So that is one of the important features of php. We can use it easily. So we can declare the variable with the dollar sign and followed by the variable name. So here some of the examples are there. I am having in the php like string I am writing. We are not using any type of the data types here. Simply I am writing the name of the variable as str, and I am assigning the value to that particular variable. Then another example, as I said, same dollar a 5 is equal to 5 means 5 is assigned to a. Here also I am not declaring any type of the data type. Same way dollar b some value I am giving. So simply I want to display these three variable values like string a b. Simply I am writing the echo command is there. So here once we execute this program, of then you're going to see the following outputs like whatever we wrote here. Same string is, what is the string? Hello world. Then integer 5, float is 10.5. So we can say simply in the php we are going to declare the variable without the data types, and we can initialize the variables directly. So no need to initialize later or declare the variable like in the other programming languages, C or C++, we can say. Here we are not using any type of the data types. Now we'll see some of the rules how to define these variables. Means we need to follow certain rules for declare the variables in the php. That is common for other programming languages like C or Java or C++ also. Same types of the rules are applied here in the PHP. In that, first rule says that a variable starts with the dollar sign followed by the name of the variable. So here, as I said, variable a variable should be start with the dollar followed by the variable name. So that is the first rule. A variable starts with the dollar sign and followed by name of variable. We can write any name. Then a variable name must start with a letter or underscore character. It means what? Whatever the variables we are creating, it should be start with the either the underscore or some variable name. So we can write the that is the second type of the rule we need to follow for declaring variable in php. Then a variable name can't start with a number, so we cannot start a variable with the some number like dollar, like I can say dollar 9 like that, or dollar 5. We cannot write like this. That is the another rule for declare the variable in the php. Next rule says a variable name can only contain the alphanumeric characters and underscores. So it means what? We can write the alphanumeric means combination of the letters. Okay, like al al5 like that. We can declare this type of the variable alphanumeric characters. We can use it. And underscore also we can use it like roll number I want to declare. So simply I will write as what? Dollar roll. Then like this we can declare. So that is the fourth rule in the uh, in the php for declaring the variables. Last rule says that variable names are case sensitive. So it means case sensitive means if we declare and initialize one string in this format and we are using it in this format, the both are, these are not allowed. So if whatever the way we have declared, we have initialized, same way we have to use it. So that is the fourth type of the rule. Variable names are case sensitive. That's all for today's session. So next class we'll see about the remaining concepts about the PHP. So I got some of the references here. So I have taken the references from the sitesbay.com, or some of the books I have taken. These are the some of the references I have used. So now, in the next class, remaining classes, we'll see about the remaining concepts of PHP, like PHP operators, PHP control statements, PHP loops, then examples about that concepts. Okay, and how to use the PHP with the files, how to handle the files in the PHP. Thank you. Have a nice day.